Major, this dichotomy between EG's lane dominance style versus Chinese teams in general, as LGD specifically, teamfight execution and off-the-wall picks, bringing them a lot of success. I guess there's a little microcosm of that. Were you at all cooling off on Terrorblade after EG kind of didn't really do very much with it in Grand Finals?
It has its strengths and weaknesses, and we'll see in the game shortly. You know, I hope to see it do well.
Works
pretty much from the safe lane.
That's true. That's true.
He knows the hero. He like plays 110% of Leshrac. So yeah, let's hop into the game. Seems like we have,
so the game was actually paused temporarily.
It wasn't us that wanted to talk, you know, like these goddamn casters.
I talked to production and made sure that we could get a pause at the beginning of the game so that we could be, you know, break the ice, as it were, Mr. Lacoste. But yeah, like you said, we'll be Thompson in the mid lane. And I am very excited to see, because you brought up the fact that he could go for the Echo Saber Diffusal build.
Yes, this is something that I heard. I've tried it. Looks very strong. The double hit, the double proc gives you that tankiness. I've seen him play Pango and put like 2 points in the shield crash. It's 1-2-0 build, and then he puts more points in the lucky shot and the swashbuckle max, of course. With the Diffusal Blade, like Diffusal Blade has been buffed. We've seen being built on different heroes, so I would not be surprised if he doesn't put it on cooldown. Maybe something that will be fixed in the next patch. This is something that I don't like to talk about because I abuse Pango. I'm a Pango spammer, so please delete this SWAT. This didn't happen. I didn't say it.
Okay, that's good to know. I should have been pubbing. I mean, I've stopped playing him for a bit now, but got to go back to that mid lane Pango, it seems.
I have the same feeling about Pango and the Tusk. I feel the hero is super strong. It's just the teams that were winning were not picking the hero and others are copying. That's what the Dota players are good at. Professional e-gamers, we copy other people's strats.
I mean, if we look at the lineups as a whole, I mean, Gambit, obviously at the major, this is a major lineup, right? A lot of these heroes were picked a ton during the major, and then for OG, it's kind of a mix. We saw a couple Darkseer games, and like you said, I think Pango was completely unpicked. So seeing some different stuff from them, which I guess shouldn't be a surprise because, I mean, they weren't at the major at all.
Yeah, OG was not at the major, so they couldn't do the research. They can't open a Dota buff. They didn't know which heroes were played, so they're just playing their own meta.
Well, I feel like if you're watching the major from afar, you're judging people, right? And you see these teams that you've been playing against. A lot of the EU teams bombed out completely, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
So maybe they have better ideas, or at least think they have better ideas. So some trading of damage here between No-Tail and Afterlife. Oh, actually, bottom lane, though. That is going to be first blood for Dream.
It's a super strong lane. I've seen it a lot of times in China. Clockwork position 5, paired up with the Terrorblade. It just feels super strong. You have someone to keep them in place. And now if you get the level 2 cogs, burn their mana or keep them in place, that first wave is very important for TB. Something that I like that I've seen some teams do when they're against Terrorblade. Get 3 people and just kill him during the meta, kind of ruin his first couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's always nice having your ultimate available at level 1, of course.
Yes.
TB Classic. All right, ooh, swashbuckle from top, so you see the lucky shot does connect on Lorna. I mean, what do you think of this matchup overall? Just Pango versus Puck, not something we get to see all too often.
I would definitely prefer to play Puck in this type of a matchup. It's easier for Pango here with the introduction of the water runes. I don't think I've seen this matchup after the runes have been added. But yeah, he decides to put a different point because he's playing in the Pango. Makes more sense. If he gets a point in a shield crash, might be in a bit of a trouble, so relying on that lucky shot, and it allows you to play a bit more aggressive. In his face, that's why it's called lucky shot. I don't know. I love Pango, but I dislike this part, the RNG.
It's not really RNG if you swashbuckle. It's basically guaranteed, right? Pseudo RNG?
Almost, yeah.
But in the landing stage, yeah, it's completely lucky, for sure.
Remember when it was a silence as well?
Yeah, it was many. I think it was every mechanic in the game at some point. The only thing I think it hasn't gone through status resistance.
Yeah, status resistant and bash.
We can get there at some point. Look, Dragon Tail into the Earth Spike, and that's going to net Afterlife to kill in this top lane.
A bit overextended. Line was still level 1, but you can stun him for a long period of time. Dragon Tail plus Earth Spike, more than enough. and we see SumaiL 1-1-1 build. Like, you want to have Lightning just to have an extra slow on top of Orb of Venom that ET has. It's a good setup for a stun. I would assume
See that item, I think, twice in the major, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a really good item in certain situations. It's just that it's super expensive. There are better choices pretty much every single time, but if you want to commit,
Yeah, and I think
okay.
the moving aspect to it is cool, but I feel like it's a little situational. It's more using it on teammates is just super broken. But then again, if you're using it on teammates and you're the one buying it, that means you're a core probably, right? So you have to use it on
you want to use
you want to use it on yourself.
pretty much, yes. Or you need to be a really good friend with that guy. Top lane, SumaiL getting his mana drained. So far, so good for Gambit. Mid lane going relatively well. Off lane, not so much. 5 CS on Dragon Knight. I expected him to have more CS there.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. That's pretty brutal actually. I mean, they did.
For a moment, I thought that was a position for Dragon Knight. That Lion is an off lane.
I mean, I've seen that before. It hasn't been great. That's for sure. Is it going to get Dragon Tail off? Onto No Tail to start things out here. Into the Earth Spike as well, but don't think this is going to turn to any kind of a kill as No Tail does get the Echo Stomp. SumaiL, no split Earth for another couple seconds here, but they're going to apply a lot of damage to Afterlife with that Diabolic Edict, but probably just going to be
He's
fine.
okay. He put another point in Dragon Blood, which means that he doesn't take that much damage from the physical.
Bottom lane.
Instead, one more hit will do the trick.
Oh, Vision. All right, the Courier will take the sacrifice, and I guess OG takes that in the end.
I'll take that.
It's only 35 gold each, as opposed to whatever your life is worth these days, which depends on who you ask. But yeah, in terms of the CS, extremely even in the mid lane for the most part here. Bottom lane again, some more pressure. Cogs are going to push Soxa out. Gets off that spike carapace. And looks like he's going to be just fine. So 2 members of OG basically waddle back to their fountain. I don't know if you can call that the walk of shame, but it doesn't feel good.
Soxa's going to deny himself.
Okay.
Thompson.
Neutrals. Oh, Lorinov. Yeah. See the Thompson ult coming out. Oh, nice waning rift to dodge it. Can he dodge it again is the question here. Nope. Going to connect into the right click for Thompson.
That was such a nice move. I don't think you should die the puck. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit biased. You know, I don't want to
Pango
to get nerfed if I keep saying all the positive things. So
nice sidestep here from Afterlife. Gets off the Dragon Tail as well, so No Tail in a bit of trouble, but we'll walk away from this. I mean, the big difference is Thompson was level 6 just barely before.
Yeah, Puck needs 1 CS.
Yeah, literally 1.
Like, he's actually level 6, but it's a bug not showing on the screen.
Yes. That is crazy. What?
And
that's as close as it gets. Yikes. Yeah, that feels pretty bad, but that's what happens when I guess you're top. I mean, he only has 1 deny, so just able to push out the waves a little bit faster to get that extra XP.
That was that 1 deny. 36 and 1 CS on Pango. If he didn't have that, have that deny, he would actually be able to live there.
What you'll find laying around.
Yeah, but overall, still relatively even to start things out here. Again, very excited to see exactly what Thompson builds. It looks like it will be that Echo Saber like you were talking about.
Yeah, I love it.
Zone right now.
It's the build. You'll see how strong it is. Unfortunately, this is probably going to get nerfed with the Swashbuckle not proccing it, applying slow on every single
I mean,
hit.
that's clearly a bug, let's be honest. Although I would like to try it in 1 pub before this tournament ends. Lorinov is invis. Gets the illusory orb off. Dragon Tail to follow, and yeah, that's going to be the first kill for Lorinov in that mid lane. For that mid laner, I should say.
A bit limited on tower damage. They need Leshrac to be able to push the towers. Pango does some with the Lucky Shot, has a Blightstone, but it's you know, nothing too significant. They need to play with the catapult timings.
Yeah, must be meta in the jungle for Dream. Level 5 right now. Looks like Sox is going to try to leech a little bit of XP here. Maybe go for a kill. All right, we have the Swashbuckle to follow as well. And of course, Dream, not level 6, won't get Thunder anyway. So this is going to be a nice kill for OG with that Rolling Thunder. Is actually going to connect an Ein as well. Soxa impale in a couple seconds. See if they can turn this around on even more heroes. But Immersion has come to play as well. Cogs keeping Ein alive for now. But there's the shield crash. 1 more right click would do it, but Thompson can't quite catch up.
Doesn't have mana here. Unfortunately, getting closer and closer to that Echo Saber.
That is sweet, man.
This is simple math. You hit him twice, double the chances of proccing that lucky shot.
This is true. Oh, Echo Stomp into the split earth with SumaiL's Pulse Nova doing a lot of work against Afterlife. He's going to get into the tree line, though. Has a pathway, but Lornov is here. Doesn't have coil quite yet. Looks like the right clicks from No Tail. Oh, the coil comes out, though, so they might be able to get a trade here, but Lornov all by himself, 1v2. Split earth being faked. But more reinforcements in the form of Emergent end up getting the trade that definitely benefits Gambit.
No Tail manages to get out. This is second death on SumaiL. Needs to be a bit more careful, but at least Pango is having a really good time. Echo Saber about to be delivered. Now that I'm thinking about it, I see some synergy. Echo Saber, Echo Stomp. Maybe they needed a shaker on top of it.
Very good. We also have Earth Splitter and Split Earth, so can't wait to mix those up in a fight. That's going to be classic. Already done that at the major, so it can't get any worse than that, I guess.
Is under attack.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the start for farm-wise, position 1 versus position 1 here. Lornov, or I should say Dream on the Terrorblade, 3,600 net worth versus SumaiL. I mean, it is a position 1, but it's not the same kind of position 1 that we're used to.
No,
like,
definitely.
This is a more high up-tempo lineup for OG.
I would say that OG is kind of an on-timer. Their heroes don't really scale well. On the other side, you have Puck, Terrorblade, and the Dragonite. Dragonite not really having that good of a time, but still will be able to scale. And also Leshrac, I don't see any stacks. I prefer to see Dire Leshrac, so he can farm the outpost. SumaiL gets a kill.
Yep, and they'll turn it into a tier 1 tower fight. I mean, this is what Leshrac is all about. Just getting kills, bursting down heroes and towers, and obviously can flash farm to a very high degree.
Look at how strong Pango is. This is the build for Thompson. Like, this hero's made for him. You go in, you have damage reduction, you have a double hit, you have Echo Saber that makes you tankier. It's 15 strength, Suns fan. 15.
15? That's pretty good. I mean, it would be more of a Thompson here if you can get E-Blade at some point, which sounds kind of meh.
Anti-synergy, yeah.
Sadly. Oh, speaking of Thompson, he's going to get... Oh, okay, he actually dodges the... Done there, but Soxa not able to connect on anything. Shield crashes there on Lornov. See if they can try to turn this around, but there are reinforcements again for Gambit. They don't want to give up this tier 1 tower. Oh, this is an Arcane Rune for Thompson, so that's going to be super nice.
Yeah, you get multiple shield crash off in a fight. So he goes for 4-4-1 build, maxing out the shield crash. 18% per hero times 5. That's a lot. You can do the math on stream. That's quick math right there.
Get that calculator out. I mean, I'm interested to see what talents he goes for because, you know, back when Pango was kind of a mid, people would switch around a bit here, but like in pubs, people just go for... Luki goes for the mana region, but everybody else goes for the
we're talking about the good players here. It's, you know, Swashbuckle slash range is something that you want to have. You have a bottle, you have Echo Saber, which provides you with a lot of mana, so you don't definitely need to go for it.
Oh, we're going to see a hook shot, though. It's going to connect on Soxa. You can see the wall come out, though, from OG as Thompson pops that ult going in. He's already going to lose a member, though, in the cogs. This is very annoying for Pango to deal with, but the Swashbuckle ends up netting them the trade.
Yeah, something that Pango does not like to play into is like Tusk, Earthshaker. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not, because you can block it off. You can also bounce off it, and he's stopped.
Yeah, we're going to see the Dragon Tail, but the Echo Stomp is going to be there to counter. We have TPs coming in for OG as well, and Thompson with the lucky shot and the right clicks, and SumaiL's Pulse Nova are more than enough damage to get them Afterlife, and they're going to save that tier 1 tower as a result.
Afterlife needs to be able to play with the team. This tower has 200 HP. Maybe they needed to bring like 1 extra hero to bring it down. Nyx Assassin is level 6, yet to see Vendetta. Level 7. Mixing things up a bit. I'm a big fan of the Max Spike Carapace build.
Another Echo Stomp towards the secret shop of the Radiant. SumaiL gets the Split Earth off as well, and I mean, he's only level 9, but I mean, it is position 1 Leshrac, so that is a lot of damage.
That was such a baller move. You can see that he understands what the Diabolic Edict range is. He popped it before, could potentially unsleep him there, but still manages to land a stun.
Yeah, so already 2K net worth lead for OG. I mean, coming into this series, like, obviously Gambit made it to the major, OG not so much. Would you have given the favor to OG in the series? Like, are they the favorites here?
I would say so.
Under attack.
kind of was impressed and not at all by Gambit. I have the mixed feelings. They did a bit better than I expected, but decided to swap their position. 5-player, BZZ is out, Nina is in. Pango.
Watch buckle, but there's a coil on a couple of heroes and no ult coming out from Thompson. As a result, they're just going to use it to back off here. Earth Splitter came out as well, but going to find themselves a clockwork kill. Thompson continue to right-click. See the Echo Saber going to work. Double damage or double kill for Thompson.
Double damage with the double hit
damage,
from
double
Saber.
kill.
Yeah, it's a quadruple.
I think that's it's 2 to the second power to the second power.
Okay.
It's more than that. Do the math at home again. Good luck.
What did he buy? He bought a power tread, so that's gonna make him even more tankier. I love that. Has a Maelstrom queued up next. Might swap things around. We'll see if he commits for it. I also seen Echo Saber Basher build if you don't have enough lockdown. I've seen either Diffusal Blade or Maelstrom, which Maelstrom's completely fine.
So
and he also wants to have a shard to be able to protect himself against the Bug Coil.
Yeah, the shard's really good on Panga, but after this damage item, with whether it be the Maelstrom or whatever, do you go for Ags this game? Is that actually?
Yeah, I love
I
Ags.
think it's amazing. And then that means you have to go for that 15 talent, the shield crash.
That's what I was thinking about. I don't think he's even gonna get level 10 talent. Just,
you just
wait, skip it, and then because usually before it was always plus 3 seconds on the Rolling Thunder. I think shield crash, CD and ball might be a better here, especially if you want to go for Ags.
Afterlife getting the initiation down here. Looks like they'll find the easy kill on No-Tail. But yeah, ever since they extended the duration of the ult by default, they kind of switched it around a bit. We're seeing more people get the shield crash talent as a result, but not a whole lot of right-click Pangos coming out overall. So again, pretty excited to see it. And I think getting that shield crash talent against Cogs is extremely important because sometimes you can screw it up and go the wrong way, and you'll still be able to fight if you have that shield crash down.
Yeah, no one likes to get the cog blocked when you play Pango.
Or in real life either.
Yeah, that is also true. Seb, we didn't talk too much about him. Just doing the Seb job as could. I've seen a lot of Aghanim Scepter Rush on the Darkseer. I don't personally think that's the build. It's
in general or this game?
In general, it's just straight up stats. You don't provide anything to the team. It's more about
you give them 300
I play
HP,
for myself. Yeah, but still you need to be able to farm it. With the hood, let's say you get a casual cloak, you survive because of it, then you have a ring which makes you healthier, also survive because of that. Then maybe you upgrade it to the pipe, also for the team.
Okay.
I'm a team player Sans fan.
I feel like team players can still get away with getting Ags and saying you're a team player. That's my argument here. Because you're giving HP to people, you know? But it did look pretty underwhelming in the game.
Really did.
I will admit. It sounds cool in theory. I mean, so does the shard, the normal punch.
Sounds great.
Dependent. Well, as we're going to see a kill here onto Afterlife. SumaiL just continuing the onslaught here is the 4K network lead for OG. They only have 4 more kills than Gambit, but they've just been getting these towers. I mean, that's the power of the Leshrac.
Without Leshrac, they just don't have enough damage. I already mentioned that you can get away with something more greedy. Thompson, hook shot on top of it.
That Rolling Thunder. Now he's going to finally get it off. And just create a little bit of space here, but Emergent now on the run.
They see me rolling, they don't care.
Oh, there it is. That was a pretty long TP, but Emergent will find his way to the grave as a result of this, but it could have been worse for Gambit. Only lose 1. I assume they'll lose him. There we go.
There we go.
I'm the prophet.
Yeah, and he goes for the Basher, which I really like. I mentioned the 3 different builds. Let's see that TP. He was out. He actually was out already.
Oh, man. Game's in beta. I mean, it depends on the tick rate of the server, right? That's a full Counter-Strike thing. I'm sure that's very relevant here. But that's as close as it gets. All right, well, OG now amalgamating towards this middle lane, Mr. Lacoste. SumaiL, again, this tier 2 tower is already at half HP. They don't have a crazy... It's an okay Roche lineup, I guess. Anytime you have a Pango, it's doable.
Pango just contributes so much. You have that lucky shot, minus armor, and yeah, going into Basher, which also makes him a bit tankier, plus 10 strength. He loves to build this item that just gives him straight up strength out of nowhere. Belt is 6, suddenly it's 10. Same goes for Echo Saber, 10 to 15.
You love doing math on stream, I've noticed. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Maybe I can come up with some
Quick
formula
math
for you at some point.
Incorrect answers. People enjoy that.
All right, we see the wall from Seb into the vacuum as well. He's getting... I mean, he got a human version of Dragon Knight. Not the best. Blink out, Afterlife. Soxa does connect on the Impale. And this is going to be a very long, drawn-out kill on Afterlife.
He gets the carrier. Like, this is worth it already.
Indeed. Let's see if he gets a taunt off before his untimely death here.
Bought another TP. Let's go.
Yeah, just gotta wait for that cooldown. All right, he actually could get out of this. I don't think they want to even chase other than SumaiL gets a kill. But we're watching the more important chase here onto Afterlife, who has to walk the entire way around this map.
Yeah, all eyes on him.
All right, blink up in 4 seconds.
Falling Blade.
So I think Soxa has just given up.
Soxa is just done. You might get a return kill. Imagine if he just jumps him now with 1 extra hero.
Yeah, he has Dragon Form, but yeah, no
While that
reinforcements
was
here.
happening,
Oh my goodness.
we have
Terrorblade. I think we
kills.
debated the servers.
Yeah. Sorry about that one.
Yeah, that's a giant kill. That is a giant kill. I'm going to blame Afterlife here for debating all of us in the end. But then again, like, that stun, it didn't end up netting a kill, but he's been stuck here for so long. He's going to get the Dragon Form off, and finally Lorinov comes to help him out. But again, this is all to try to get Soxa, who's trying to TP out. It's just going to expend Coil to make sure that they can at least get 1 kill, but definitely not a good time there for Gambit.
I thought Lorinov is going to give last hit to Afterlife. Meanwhile, all this is happening. OG takes down Roche, 5k gold lead suddenly, and this is their big time. And you have Eternal Shroud on Leshrac, which is great. There is a mana burn coming out from Lion, makes you tankier, just a great overall item. Expensive, but still a great upgrade. He also has Nether Shawl, which he is about to deliver with his courier. So yeah, this tower should fall. Gambit definitely not defending it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, free tier 1, and I mean, they can definitely go for more here. Leshrac, one of the best Aegis carriers in the game. It's cool to see Eternal Shroud. There's only a couple of heroes I feel like pick it up. I mean, in theory, like, there's a couple heroes that are, yeah,
great.
If only he was picked more, you know, just the synergy is crazy.
Dire's middle tower
As we see, I mean, even like Centaur with the double edge, in theory is good, but he's just forced to buy pipe every game. It's a really sad existence for him.
Agree. Sometimes you just have to do it for the team. Like Seb, he would definitely love to have Eternal Shroud instead of pipe for the team.
This is true. This is true. I mean, 1550 for a recipe on that pipe feels really bad. As Soxa, yeah, looking for a kill here. In the meantime, we have the Echo Stomp setting up the Rolling Thunder kill onto Ein, and now Emergent likely to be the second kill here. So there's a swashbuckle.
Overtime damage. Gonna kill him with that.
Wait, blink.
Stop's gonna find him.
Well, Shield Crash not going to connect. Good attempt there, though. And Emergent doesn't have TP for 10 seconds, but looks like he'll get out.
He's okay. Gambit, very good this game. Hiding inside the trees. It seems like that's what they've been practicing.
It's very important to learn the pathways of the trees, right?
Yeah, you need to know which trees you need to cut with the Falling Blade to get out of certain situations.
Afterlife has spent like 4 of the past 5 minutes in the trees. They do see Soxa now, so they could reinitiate here. I mean, Blink is on Immersion and Afterlife. But they're just scared that reinforcements might arrive for OG. So they have the vision that we do. They would have absolutely no hesitation here. There's the Dragon Tail into the Earth Spike as well. SumaiL actually TPs in. He gets coiled. Remember, he has Aegis, doesn't really care too much about this. He's gonna pop it. Already a TP out to start things here. And SumaiL looks like he's just gonna try to transition this into a.
And look where Afterlife is.
Is he still in the trees?
He's like Treant Protector. Yeah, he's just hiding.
Wow. Maybe next game they do pick Treant Protector. I think that might be better synergy overall. Oh wait, no tail.
Go out.
Not this again, dude. Not this again. You could also pick Hoodwink. That's another good tree.
That's another one.
Tree hero. All right, well, SumaiL and Seb probably doing the right thing and just ignoring Afterlife and going for this tier 2 now. As Afterlife did finally TP out.
Biggest buff to Afterlife was that trees respawn every 3 minutes. That was the previous patch, so he is kind of abusing that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom tower will fall. Leshrac with the Edict, more than enough damage. Now we even have a Lotus Sword, which is great against Lion, great against removing the silence, the Dragon Tail stun, and most importantly, Sunder. There is BKB done on Terrorblade going into SNY.
At what point for Gambit do they want to start fighting? Is it this BKB, or do you still need more? As we're going to see a kill here top. Looks like Soxa ended up taking a tumble. It's going to be a trade for
Radiant's
immersion.
bottom tower
So
is
support
under
for
attack.
support.
Saxa has that Eon disc available right now.
This is an item that is
This
100%
is
getting
the
her.
best item in the game right now, no doubt about it.
Oh, shot did miss, but the Rolling Thunder was set up again by the Stomp as Ein gets off his cogs, but he will die. As OG seem to be getting pretty much all the better trades here, but we can see that the net worth is kind of trickling a little bit more into Gambit's favor over the past couple minutes at least.
They need Terrorblade to get that level 15, become a bit more tanky. Finish SNY has some status resistance, so disarm, the slows, the stuns will not last long enough. I think this is the big timing for them. They're also waiting for Aegis to expire. Lorinov, a lot of praising for this guy throughout even the major. He did his job. He played consistently well. And now he's popping off in this one. Witchblade, Blink Dagger going into BKB. So
Guess who's in the trees again?
let me guess. Is it Dragon Knight?
Man, oh man, Soxa might actually find him here. Oh, gonna go right past him, like ships in the night here. But only a few seconds left on the Aegis for OG. But again, that was pretty value Aegis. They got a bunch of outer towers. They got the tier 2 bot, and they damaged the other tier 2s quite a... not the tier 1 top. All right. Tier 2 top is quite healthy right now. I feel like basically all the games I saw in the major from the Dire side, they would be able to get 2 racks, middle and bottom, and there'd still be a tier 1 top. That was very common. I find that very interesting, but we're going to see a lot of damage here. OG should be able to find yet another kill onto... whoa, hook shot. Okay. Okay, Ein. Nicely done.
Gets out. A couple of times he tried to go for the same play, but managed to do so. Casual cloak, keeping him alive. Yeah, to go back to the tier 1 tower off lane, that tower doesn't really do much. People are prioritizing the bottom part of the map, especially the mid tower, most important tower in the game.
It just feels like it's more so this patch. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times we would see the Aegises, you just go to every tower, methodical, each lane.
I think it has to do also something with some certain heroes not being popular anymore. Like you don't have a safe lane Lycan, you don't have position 5 Enigma, which could stay there and take the tower with the Eidolons and the Necro units.
That's true.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right, tops.
Sometimes I think of an answer like right on the spot.
Dire's
If you
top
asked
tower
me
is under
like
attack.
5 minutes before, I would probably give you a different answer.
Okay, you want me to ask you that question again? In 5
Yeah,
minutes?
yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, I got you. So like you said, Basher was finished onto Thompson. Going for a BKB next,
Radiant
so...
are scanning.
He was thinking, I've seen Lincoln Sphere queued up to be able to protect himself against the Lion
Dire's
Initiation,
top
Dragon
tower
Knight,
is under
possibly
attack.
Sunder. But with the BKB, you can snap the coil.
X is here. Lorna popped the
on
BKB very early. Yeah, that's an unusual pickup, but it's going to be used to take out Thompson pretty easily. As now, hookshot comes in. I'm not able to trap 7 inside those cogs, but No Tail might be the sacrifice for OG. So Gambit getting a couple pretty valuable kills here, and obviously the Thompson being the main one.
No, that's a big one. We've seen Lion in this
Dire's
fight
top
having a
tower
shard,
is under
so
attack.
3 mana drain, becomes spell
structures
immune. You
are
don't care too
fortified.
much, like you can kill instantly illusion from a Darkseer wall. One of the best shards in the game. I say that quite often, but definitely is.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. I do that a lot as well. As Ein able to be taken out by OG in the meantime, so
Is under
that's
attack.
some sort of a trade themselves.
I hope people are not paying attention. If they write stuff down, it would most likely be 15 shards in top 3. Like we would have to squeeze them in.
Yeah, I've done this.
Dire's top
I usually say
tower
top
is
5, but it's like 15 of them, right? So just have to make a
Radiant's
list one day
middle
to
tower
be
is
able
under
to
attack.
prioritize that. As I mean, at what point in this game does it become too late game for OG? Like, what's their time?
Soon, 35 plus minutes. It's going to be a bit problematic for them to take the fight. Like
you think they
Leshrac
need to
is...
finish it by the time second Roche?
Yes, this is their big timing for OG. They need to take the second Roche, which may respawn in 3 seconds. Rocket scouting things out. Let's see the respawn timer. Minute and 45.
Okay, so they'll have to wait a little bit longer than average. But there is a smoke now from Gambit. See if they can find a nice pick off here, as they're starting to cut into this lead just a little bit. But again, we've talked about it before. The late game is definitely on their side. They just need to survive another 10-15 minutes, and then they'll probably be favored. As in Dream, he has his BKB as well. They're actually, wait, we'll talk about the BKB on Puck. He's going to pop it again on Lorna very early. The coil, they're focusing just on Thompson, and it looks like they should be able to take him out. Earth Splitter does come out, but it's a little bit too late. Big kill onto Thompson for Gambit, and with that, OG likely will try to fall back. Soxa completely managed rate. Okay, Sad gets a beautiful back wall into the Pulse Nova. Then is 2 kills right off the bat, and Dream pops his BKB, now focusing on SumaiL himself. Bloodstone's pops will keep him quite healthy. In the end, it's a 2 for 3. Sunder not able to get it off. So too many illusions for OG now. And Ein trying to walk away here. Yep, with that Ion Shell, ends up netting himself a double kill and an ultra kill overall for Lorinov. This was such a weird fight. You lose Thompson right away, and then Seb initiates, and it looks really good for OG. Basically, everybody dies.
We can see the power of Puck. They don't have the real stunner. They don't have a silence in this game. Unfortunately, Pango does not have it anymore. It's been quite some time. But yeah, they don't have that initiation. They get a good jump on Nyx Assassin. They proc his E on disc, and then he's straight up dead. We've also seen the power of wall illusions against the Terrorblade. Also, I think Clockwork misplayed it there a bit. Trapped his TB inside the cogs, so he could not move. Leshrac against TB matchup, I really love TB. Like, usually you would think Leshrac goes in, clears the illusion. He's relatively tanky. I like the casual plate mail, which gives you a bit more survivability when you get close to him. And if you pop a Bloodstone, which he did, so yeah, there is burst potential. So Lorinov, as we already praised him, 11-1-1. Going into Dagon next after finishing this BKB. If you're wondering why BKB, you're playing against the Nyx Assassin, you're playing against, like, there are a couple of stuns that he is afraid of. It's mostly Nyx Assassin. Like, he can't play aggressively on him. Jump, proc E on this, then burst him after the E on this.
When you play Pango, what's the neutral you hope for? Because I'm always begging for Mindbreaker.
Mindbreaker is one of the best ones for sure.
I don't have it yet.
Old school silence plus the disarm combo.
Yep, and it adds damage to each swash as well. It's actually crazy, crazy items. OG, all right, they're going to find Lorna, but he pops the BKB very early into the coil onto 2. And this is going to be a quick kill likely on the Thompson, but no Aghanim Scepter on Puck, so he will just roll right out of that. So they're going to turn this around with the Earth Splitter, buy back onto the Lion now. Afterlife trying to reset. Now the Pango ult finally comes to an end.
Yeah, that shard keeping him alive there, allowing him to use the ulti going into Lengthen Sphere, getting very close to it, so the blink initiation from either Lion or Dragon Knight will be nullified. Oh, that's a big kill.
Spike carapace, beautifully done. And that is a dead Puck. That is a huge kill for OG, and on the back of it, a couple more supports to kill. And now they can get second Roche. They can go for towers. They can do a lot of damage to these buildings. No buyback for anybody on Gambit.
Roshan is up. I think it's safer play to just go for the barracks. SumaiL already popped the Edict. So half duration already gone.
Still should be able to get a,
oh, Puck doesn't have a buyback. That's a big one.
None of them have it right now, but 10 seconds left on Clockwork, so it's basically Lion and Puck out of it for this fight. So it will be a set of racks in favor of OG, who, again, Gambit were starting to come back.
They were. There was no Terrorblade in that fight. He had the meta available when I clicked him. He's going also into full Bloodthorn.
Looked intentional.
I mean, it's okay item. You have the silence. You have crit on every single hit. Maybe Scotty would have been a better choice. Dream had some shaky performance, if you remember, during the major, especially on Faceless Void.
Oh boy. I mean, a lot of people had some iffy performance on Faceless Void that tournament, that's for sure. As we're going to see Ein get off a Rocket Flare. He might be trying to steal this Aegis here. You can see Thompson the Rolling Thunder to try to get the instant stun. He's going to do so into the back Roach Pit, and SumaiL will secure himself the Aegis. The cheese will be taken, and they'll get the Clockwork kill. Who got the shard? That's the real question.
Shard, let me see.
Probably Lesh. Oh, maybe not. I don't see it anywhere, do you?
No, Thompson already had a shard for himself.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Did Clockwork take it? No. Did somebody must...
No, it's Leshrac.
Okay, he did.
Sometimes it's hard to find it. You know, there are 10 heroes. You click once every single time. It's not there, so you have to repeat it. It was such a baller play from Thompson. Bounces in back and then vacuum out of the pit while he's getting stunned.
Very smart play.
And there's your item. You are a big fan of Aghanim Scepter
Yes.
on Darkseer, finally.
Oh, Darkseer. Okay, fine. I thought you were going to say Pango. Unfortunate. Yeah, a little bit of extra HP on the Ion Shell. You get the double Ion Shell as well. The double charges, I should say, is now SumaiL with a Diabolic Edict. 12k net worth lead for OG. See a smoke here from Gambit. This might be the last-ditch effort in this first game. As Afterlife pops that Dragon form. Gets slowed down a bit.
He's up
Pops
the
a
bait.
BKB. Not able to get a stun off, though, so has to hightail back up to the high ground here. Thompson did expend the ultimate, though. Gonna turn around here for now. It looks like he will be just fine. He actually did go for the Rolling Thunder duration, by the way, so definitely not going Axis.
He has 3,300 HP on Pango.
Yep, and that's not counting any of the damage reduction that you get from Shield Crash.
Radiant's top
Mischance from Elven Tunic.
Yep.
Block spells by the Linkens. Effective HP, I would say 11,000.
500, 11,500, I think, actually.
Maybe close to
SumaiL,
1200.
Pulse Nova. All right, Split-Up's going to connect, and this is going to be a really easy kill on Lorinov.
No
You
buyback
see the
for
back
him.
wall combination, Afterlife inside there as well, but the BKB pop from Dream. Now he has to run, but there's the bash swashbuckle combination on Thompson. Too much
This
burst
is it.
damage for Gambit to control.
And
GG's
they call GG. Yeah, that one fight where Terrorblade was nowhere to be found. He needed to be in that fight. The second Roche was spawning OG, classic OG.